TIFU by giving myself acid reflux for 25 years, by user BoringMom0409. I am 34 years old and have had excruciating acid reflux since I was about 8 years old. I have been taking prescription strength medication every day for 25 years to control it and still have had terrible symptoms that sometimes keep me up at night. I've even had an endoscopy under general anesthesia to try to discover the cause. Recently I noticed that my symptoms tend to start after I take my evening allergy and asthma medication. Incidentally, I have been taking these pills since I was about 8 years old. I've always been able to easily dry swallow pills without water. I can take a whole handful of pills dry with no problem, so that's how I've always taken my medication. So I googled it and sure enough, dry swallowing pills can lead to pills getting stuck in your esophagus and cause acid reflux. I started taking water with my pills and sure enough my acid reflux symptoms disappeared immediately. It's been a few months now and I haven't had a single episode of reflux when I used to have it several times a week. TLDR, I gave myself acid reflux nearly every day for 25 years by dry swallowing pills. TIFU by confidently clicking my heels like Dorothy during a monitored online university exam, by user Space Cadet 96. So I'm mid-exam, already sweating bullets, trying to look professional for my invigilator, webcam on, full body view, the whole deal. My invigilator, that is watching me for the next 3 hours, has this absolutely beautiful, thick accent, and I'm hanging on every word because I do not want to mess anything up and get flagged. She asks me to show where my phone is, so I do. I'm standing there, laser focused, waiting for her next instruction. Then I swear to God she says, "Please click your heels as fast as you can back and forth." My brain short circuits. I pause, blink, and, just to be sure, I ask her to repeat that. She says it again. Clear as day to my stressed out ears. Click your heels as fast as you can. So I think, well, weird request, but okay, she's the authority here. I plant my feet. Straight face. Full body view. And I proceed to click my heels together twice. With confidence. There's a long pause. Then she says slowly, sweetly, "No, please click on screen." I have never felt my soul leave my body faster. So somewhere in the invigilator servers is a high-definition recording of me, dead serious, obediently heel-clicking like Dorothy trying to teleport out of her degree. TLDR, misheard my exam proctor's accent, thought she told me to click my heels as fast as I can, so I stood up mid-exam, dead serious, and did a full Wizard of Oz heel click before realizing she meant click on screen. TIFU by overly encouraging a POO, by user Evel_Cranberry. I have issues with constipation due to medication and last night, I realized it had been a few days since I last had a proper bowel movement. The night before, I decided to take a laxative and see what happens. After the promised 12 hours passed and nothing, I went for the prunes. I don't even like them, but they've always done the trick. More hours gone by and nothing happened. It's now late afternoon and I'm in pain. It hurt to breathe, but I still couldn't make it happen. I then remembered artificial sweeteners can have a laxative effect if you eat enough of it. Off I go to CVS and acquire a nice assortment of sugar-free candy. I wasted no time chowing down. Not long after, I had a nice relieving POO, followed by a second one. I was so happy. Then, it all went wrong. I think everything kicked in at the same time. I couldn't stop going. It was like I had prepped for a colonoscopy. The horrors persisted until I went to bed. I managed to sleep for about 3 hours before the final round. The whole ordeal ended with some amazing, earth-shattering gas. My muscles are sore now as I type this, but it's over and hey, I lost a few pounds. Lesson learned. TLDR tried multiple ways to relieve constipation and they all compounded, resulting in a really bad time. TIFU by misunderstanding the word chapstick for my whole life, by user Nick_Noguestlist. So this is mildly embarrassing, but I have to live with it, so you all might as well get a laugh out of it. Earlier today, I was hanging out with a friend, we'll call him Ryan, because that's his name. We were supposed to meet up to run some errands, and I texted him, "Meet me at the store real quick, I need to grab some chapstick." Now all my life, I genuinely thought it was 2 words, Ike, a chapstick. A stick that belongs to a chap. It makes perfect sense in my head. Somewhere deep in my brain, that felt grammatically right. A chap, me, has dry lips. Therefore, I need my chapstick. I've been saying it that way for years, even to other people, but no one ever corrected me, so in my head, that's how it's always been, and in my defense, if you've never texted it, never typed it into Google, and only ever said it out loud, your brain just kind of fills in the blanks with whatever makes sense. Every time I reached into my pocket in winter, I pulled out my trusty chapstick. But with Ryan, I texted it out for the first time, and he immediately roasted me. You mean chapstick, right? One word? Now, when I tell you the realization hit me like a freight train, I'm not exaggerating. I could literally feel my brain buffering, replaying the last 15 years of my life like, wait, has it always been one word? When I actually met up with him, I tried to play it off, but there was no way to make it sound better. Like, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, haha, that's what I meant, my finger slipped? No. It was Joey Ver. So of course, I had to endure 2 solid hours of non-stop roasting from Ryan, who followed me around the store doing this fake British accent, saying things like, "Oi, chap, might you spare a stick for my chapped lips, and good heavens, where might a gentleman procure some of this chapstick you speak of?" Then he started texting our group chat about it. Screenshots were sent. Memes were made. Someone changed my contact name to that chapstick in their phone. Ryan was still laughing when we got back to the car. I tried to defend myself. I said, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? It's a stick for chaps. But he just laughed harder. Every time I look at that little tube now, I can practically hear Ryan's voice saying, "Oi, chap, care for a dab of your stick?" So, yeah. That's the tale of how I was betrayed by my own brain. TLDR, thought it was chapstick. It's not. TIFU by skipping my flu shot appointment, by user least clever name ever. Obligatory not today, last fall. I made an appointment at CVS for my flu shot, but I was lazy and kept pushing it back until eventually I just cancelled it and figured I'd be fine. Flew out to visit my mother for Christmas. Spent Christmas Eve with the whole family, ages 1.5-85 YRS. Woke up Christmas morning feeling like I was dying. You know what I mean, my whole body hurt, my head was stuffy, all I wanted to do was sleep. So I took some NyQuil. My next clear memory is January 28th. I had the flu, which became necrotizing pneumonia, and I became septic. I was put on a ventilator and in a medically induced coma for a month. I almost died from the goddamn flu. I have brief flashes of what happened in the days between Christmas and 12/29, when my mother called the ambulance. I have clearer memories of the nightmares I had while comatose, then back to brief flashes as I regained consciousness. Long story short, get your fucking flu shot. I was healthy, relatively young, early 40s, and if I hadn't happened to be visiting my mom, I would be dead. I would have died alone in my house because I didn't feel like walking the 4 blocks to CVS. I'm fully vaxxed now. TLDR, I skipped my flu shot last year and almost died. EDA, no one at the family Christmas party got sick, neither did my mom. Thank God. ETA 2, somehow, 2 of my vague memories, one pre-coma, one post, both include shitting the bed. So if the threat of thousands of dollars in medical bills doesn't encourage you to get vaxxed, maybe that will. Edit, spelling.